This is TWiT.
So, Texas ransomware update. We, of course, talked about the number 23 townships in Texas. Now, with a little bit of reading between the lines, I'm developing a theory of what happened, and it sort of it changes the profile of what we thought. Everybody got off on like the coordinated attack against 20 or 23 cities at once, and oh my God, this ups the ante and changes the territory. It's looking like maybe that didn't happen. NPR carried a story of this, and I've been checking back because it's one of the weird things is there was so little information that was coming out. You know, we've been talking about all of these attacks, so certainly the ones in Florida were interesting. We got lots of interesting details. This one was odd because, like, due to its lack of specificity. It was like, yeah, this happened, but no one could get any information about it. And again, this also follows my theory as to kind of why. But theirs was the only reporting, NPR's, which caught the mayor of one of the Texas towns stating that the attackers were demanding $2.5 million.
Wow, that's a lot more than the Florida attacks.
That is, and of course, as we know, it took out. It did something to the number dropped. Also, sort of, I guess it was just overstated from 23 to 22. So that's now the number that I'm seeing reported is 22 municipalities affected. So they're wanting $2.5 million to provide the decryption keys for these machines that were successfully attacked and encrypted. And what we know is that as of last Wednesday, only 2 cities have come forward to say that their computer systems were affected. Officials in Borger in the Texas Panhandle said the attack has affected city businesses and financial operations. Birth and death certificates are not available online, and the city cannot accept utility payments for many of its 13,250 residents. City officials said that, quote, responders have not yet established a time frame for when full normal operations will be restored. And then Keene, Texas, a small city with 6,100 residents outside of Fort Worth, was also hit. Officials announced that city's government is also, and this was the first clue I had, also unable to process utility payments. And to me, that suggested that these 2 small cities, also notable because of their small size, might be sharing outsourced payment systems to handle their utilities. And then that appeared to be confirmed by Keene's mayor, Gary Heinrich, who told NPR that the hackers broke into the IT system used by the city and managed by an outsourced company, which he said, and so that, which is what he said, also supports many of the other municipalities targeted. So I think that's what happened. I don't think this was a big mass, the game has changed, coordinated attack, because we also heard from like the 3 big Texas cities like Dallas and Fort Worth itself, or there were like 3 that were asked, and they said as far as they knew, nothing in their city had been attacked. So what the model appears to be, there are small towns in Texas that aren't big enough to do their own thing, so they outsourced these services. And I'll bet it was that servicing company.
Hacked. You bet.
Yes. And that that explains the simultaneity of this, how it was suddenly like, oh my God, everybody on Sunday morning woke up and, well, everybody, 23 townships that this happened to. So anyway, I think that's what's happening. We still haven't heard about the payments. It's looking like it won't be up to the cities. The cities, these 22 cities, are just waiting for their systems to come back. They're not theirs to fix. They're this outsourced company. And that also explains why there's sort of been this weird silence. It's because, like stuff that they were contracting for, the services they were contracting for stopped working. And they're like, well, we hope they're going to come back soon. But it's also, it's looking like they're not going to be paying any ransom. It's going to be this outsourced company, or hopefully that company's insured, blah blah blah. So anyway, that's the update on Texas.